Hello, and welcome to this part of the pond, where it's the bullfrog still without the newt. I'm sorry, the newt is doing a lot with schoolwork, but if he was behind that camera, he'll be saying face reveal at 100,000 subscribers, so we would love that. So please, like, share, subscribe, and while you're at it, leave down a comment and tell us what you think. We are on a great saga, trying to find out who is Disney's best, evil, most darkest villain of them all, and the most evil.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
How we're going to do this, it's not by opinion and it's not by a poll. We're going through a formula. We have this mathematical side and an essay side. And we are going to use this to go into Jungle Books Kaa. So, let's get to it. Now, we start with design and how is Kaa being presented. He's not, Kaa's design doesn't really stand out that much, does it? Look, the yellow eyes and him being a snake alone helps you stand out a bit. But you don't really stand out visually. You're not a big giant hook or lure to us because you're an animated villain. You got to sell the sizzle. And you sell little sizzle with your design. Of course, this part of the formula is probably the closest to being opinionated, but I'm also looking at you critically, and the biggest thing you have for your design is your length. Because, you're huge. He is long. I mean, you see this gag clip right here. Whenever Mowgli tosses him off a tree, you see all his anchors that hold him up in the trees just pass through like a gag. And yeah, I admit part of your design is humor. As much as you are meant to be threatening and snake-like, you're still there's humor to you. So yeah, you have that. Your design is threatening and also humorous, but not that much of a hook. We need more, bro. We need more. So let's go to your voice actor. Maybe the voice of Kaa can help him. After all, it's an interesting voice, and the voice actor is Sterling Holloway. I know that name. I know it really well. You're part of one of the biggest movies in all of cinema history. It's a mad, 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 mad world. You are the fireman in the movie.
All right, you'll see.
There, I knew it. The voice of Kaa actually does most of the heavy lifting in his design. Sterling, the way how he talks, it's very light with his tones, and he likes to use the S a lot. And the fact how Kaa laughs, kind of a play on the hissy fit and slash a sinister bit. So a snake laughs like a hiss. Kind of clever. I'll give you that. And also you're interesting on how your voice and how it just goes. Fits snakish. Of course, the voice is what sings the iconic song, Trust in Me. We'll get to that later. So yeah, I think with your design, the voice actor does the heavy lifting more than the animators. No, I'm not dissing you guys. No, far from it. You're legends. But Jungle Book, not that good, well done animated-wise. But the voice actor does the heavy lifting, so I'll meet you halfway. How about that? 2 out of 4. Good for you? Okay, good. Good for me. Kaa, your design, 2 out of 4. Presence, one of the most effective tools for a villain to be a villain. when they're on screen, do we feel it? Do we fear them? And do we want them to stay on it? It's conflicting. And presence is what a villain, it's good when she, sorry. sorry. Go. Good. Maleficent is a little touchy when things come up. So, okay. How can we talk about presence? Well, unlike our past videos, we found a better way how to decipher this. And that is through this little bullet points, if you will. I'd say he does have an intro, but it's not the grandness of villains, mostly. And Kaa's intro is tied with history. Because when we first meet Kaa, it's not him on screen that's building up his presence. It's him, and this interaction is his introduction. Because we see Mowgli and Bagheera being exhausted, Mowgli being mopey, to Kaa seeing Mowgli and saying, hey, here's an advantage, let's take it. And wrapping Mowgli within his coils to suddenly Bagheera being the one that saves Mowgli, but Kaa suddenly focuses on him. And Mowgli saves Bagheera. This is the introduction. This is building up what Kaa is. He's interesting, he's scary, but also at the end, he's still a joke. This is building up Kaa. It's establishing his character and building up that history, because Bagheera saved Mowgli. Mowgli saved Bagheera. The two have to play off each other in order to be safe. So when we meet Kaa the second time, it's Mowgli alone, without Bagheera and without Baloo. Can Mowgli save himself and stay protected from Kaa? And, well, that's what we build up to. This introduction / history of Kaa. So it's kind of effective. So okay, there's some presence to it. Does he have an environment to him, and how does the environment react to him? And with environment, Kaa, like we said in design, he's so freaking huge and long that we do not know how big he is. He's almost like a video game level by himself. And we see that in the song Trust in Me. How he affects Mowgli and how he uses Mowgli and plays with him. And so with that astronomical length he has, it's kind of like him with the environment. How he's basically his own world. And where he is king and he doesn't care, doesn't give. So he has this environment to him. And it's not that many villains can say that they are a level of themselves because of how big, or in his case, how long he is. What is the promise of Kaa? Well, we kind of established that with the introduction. His promise is threat / comedy with interest. We see the threat of Kaa wanting to eat Mowgli, to then that little goofiness at the end, which we see at the end of Kaa.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
And the mystery, elusive thing of Kaa. And that is kind of more left through the song. Seeing him build up that personality of this promise that he has. His promise is kind of interesting, but yet not weak. It's kind of weak, not there enough. The threat of Kaa. It is there, and it's very unique, because you cannot be by yourself. You need to have someone to help you, always. Because if you don't have someone else, you're doomed. Look at Bagheera, and the fact that Mowgli had 2 times someone saving him. You need a teammate to go against Kaa. Only one person went one-on-one with Kaa and survived, and that is Shere Khan. We have that. Kaa kind of has a big presence. And before we give it his number, his grade, what we're going to lead him up to, we have to talk about time. Because here in the pond, we're not using a tier list. We are throwing them in groups first. So that way when we have them all grouped up, We're going to use their stats and numbers and see if there's some villains that can climb up and some villains who can fall. And part of their stats and numbers is their time. Them being on screen, does that affect them or does that improve them? We're going to see how this affects when the villains, they're all being well compared. Until that time comes, we don't know. So let's get to it. Kaa's time. In order to get to that, we have to go to our handy dandy notebook. Here we are. Kaa's time, estimatedly, is 8 minutes and 16 seconds. Interesting. Okay, Kaa's presence is very interesting to go into. It's very effective. And his numbers, we don't know what this could lead to. We'll find out in the free-for-all. But all of that being digested and analyzed and put together, so I give Kaa's presence a 3 out of 4. Not bad. But how about his power? It's kind of been a theme through Kaa, his length. He is so long, he's a video game level by himself. His mobility, his dexterity, and most importantly, with him being so long and him being a snake, whose length is so good, he could wrap around a little kid, a tiger, maybe, even probably an elephant. He's freaking long! And him being a snake with that jaw being able to dislocate and swallow things whole, accompanied with that length, who knows what he can do. He's a very super effective ability because of his length. However, he has more. His most effective power that we all know him for is his hypnosis. How he can stun you and put you under his control, from Mowgli and to Bagheera. However, there is a weakness to that, but it's very hard to find out. You can't cover your eyes to his hypnosis. He'll still get you. We see that with Bagheera. Try to avoid his eyes. He can still get you, like we see Mowgli's second time. So the best way to counter Kaa's ability of hypnosis, we have to see by Shere Khan. Blocking Kaa's eyes and closing your own. So no visual contact between the two of you at all. Very effective. Don't mess with the tiger. What I've kind of noticed a lot with a lot of Disney villains, their biggest achievement of power is their words, their speech. And is Kaa good for this realm of power? He is very powerful with his words. What do I mean by that? Yes, we see Mowgli try and use his tactic to avoid Kaa's eyes. Kaa uses his words to throw Mowgli off, to suddenly taking advantage and control over Mowgli.
I can see to it that you never have to leave this jungle.
How could you do that? I don't trust anyone anymore.
I don't blame you. I'm not like those so-called fair-weather friends of yours. You can believe in me.
And with that, Kaa won. But the biggest part of Kaa's power is Kaa versus Shere Khan.
Yes, isn't it? I just dropped by.
Normally we'll do this in acts of villainy, but that won't be for a long time. So let's just shine a little light on this moment of power between Kaa and Shere Khan. This little moment, you notice something very interesting with Kaa trying to keep Mowgli to himself, but also trying to keep Shere Khan off of his trail. When these two are talking to each other and Shere Khan, curious to know if Kaa has any information, but also who's in his coils. Kaa evades Shere Khan, but more than that, he had Shere Khan to sympathize with Kaa about his sinuses. Kaa saw sympathy and he thought, hey, I could win you with hypnosis, but Shere Khan denied that. So Kaa seems a little, his defense is off, and Shere Khan going, okay, what about your coils? Kaa shows off, yeah, this is what I am. But Shere Khan, thinks he has Kaa with the middle. Kaa sees the upper hand and shows Shere Khan the middle. Kaa defeated and won Shere Khan in a bout of words.
Really?
It's an exchange that is not really praised on. Because this is the lesser villain of a movie compared to the main villain of the movie. And who won? The little guy did. Interesting, isn't it? So, how often do we see this? Or has this happened in a film? So, yeah, super effective. So, I think Kaa's power rating, he's very versatile, but I give him a 4. He did something very rare, so yeah, 4. Trust in Me is very much a part of Kaa showing off his power and Kaa playing with his food. Because he has Mowgli in his length, so he is all powerful. And he had the chance to eat Mowgli, but he's just playing with his food and constantly saying, trust in me, just in me, shut your eyes, trust in me. Hold still, please. I'll keep you safe and sound, knowing I am around. The silent of slumbers, to a silvery mist, knowing that your senses will cease to exist. The song is very innuendo, that you're gonna die, I'm gonna eat you. It's Kaa just having too much fun. And he's saying trust in me because he knows it's a lie. The song showing off how Kaa is just arrogant right now. So it's very strange to say this, but Kaa should have not be playing with his food. Of course, we wouldn't have a good enough movie. And Hero's Got a Hero. The villain's song is like a wild card. It could affect the numbers or the essay side. We're putting it right here more in the realms of an essay side because we can't do the essay side right now. Jungle Book is too much like Peter Pan. It had a sequel in the 2000s that got into the big theater. So we're not done with Kaa. Kaa, we have to go more into him once we get to the movie Jungle Book 2. So he's going to join Captain Hook in the unknown. We need more information because he has a lot more information. And until that time comes, this is the Bullfrog by himself signing out. It's very curious when we do these formulas how the villains and the story of the movie changes and adds on to it. It's super effective. Huh.
Who is it? Who's there?
Excuse me. Might I be of some assistance?